I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
It's kind of dark. Ooh, that's too much. I think my camera is... Hey, Rob. Okay, just come in, bro. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for doing the Stallion Talk. I'm happy to have you, boss.
What's up?
We're good, man. We're good. Like I said, thank you so much. And just a little background, bro. Like, it's just a chill hangout, man. We're just gonna talk, get to know you more, para makilala rin ng mga fans mo better. You know what I mean? No showbiz stuff, no intriga. We're just having conversations, bro. Okay?
Yeah.
I usually put this on YouTube also, if that's okay with you. I'll put it on.
No problem. No problem. It's an honor.
Perfect, boss. All right, so yeah, let me start. I'll do the intro. I'm sorry, I don't really know. What was your moniker in PBB?
Ang traveling wonderland ng Laguna.
Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of Stallion Talk. And my guest today is ang traveling multiland ng Laguna, Rob Blackburn. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Hello, Albie. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I actually wonder. I'm actually just thinking, where did like the name for the podcast, the Stallion Talk, come from? Is it like Italian stallion? Do you have like Italian like ancestry of your PBB background? Like
I do actually, but like that's not the reason. It's because, are you familiar with the game Dota?
Oh no. Oh yeah, actually yes. My uncle, he's around your age, right?
Yeah.
He plays that, and he's like so addicted. Like these Valve games, CS:GO, crazy.
Yes. It's my favorite. It used to be my favorite game growing up, and like I would only use characters with horses on, like riding a horse.
Uh-huh.
So when I made my Instagram a long time ago, this is a long backstory, bro. But let me just do it real quick. So like I was involved in a little issue where I was like public enemy number one in the Philippines, bro. Like this was before social media was a thing. So that's like how long ago it was. There was no Instagram yet, no TikTok. I think Twitter was just starting out. So I made an Instagram when Instagram started, and I would just get so much hate, bro. Like it was all just hate comments. So I told my friends, I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna stop this Instagram stuff. And they were like, no, dude, make it private and change your name so people don't know it's you. I was like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. So I was thinking, what could I use? What name could I use where my friends would still know it was me, but the haters wouldn't? And my name back then in Dota was the Stallion, bro. So I just used that. Yeah, so like all of my friends would know.
Bro.
Oh, yeah. Sige, that's Albie. That's Albie.
No way.
Yeah, dude. So it just picked up after that. I just ran with it, bro. So, you know, Stallion Talk became a thing. And actually, bro, I tried to change my name because like my manager was begging me. They were like, bro, please, Albie, just change it because people can't find you on Instagram. It's like, okay, I'll try. But then like I was already verified on Instagram at the time. And then like it's a whole process to change the name. You know what I mean? I guess it's to combat like hacking. If you get your profile hacked, they can't change the name. They can't change the account. So after that, I just gave up and I just ran with it, bro. So that's where the Stallion came from, bro.
Yeah.
And then Stallion Talk, it's just like a play on the words. You know what I mean? We're doing a little podcast. We talk. So yeah.
It just came from Dota. So
Yeah, bro.
So like, if I asked you if you had like any Italian ancestry, I was like, yeah, you do have Italian ancestry.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So like, your great grandfather is like Italian, or
My grandma.
your grandma? No way.
Yeah.
No way. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool. So I guess you have like I guess like you have a lot of European and you, of course, because you're Filipino.
I think, but like I don't really count it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? To be honest, for me, like I just say I'm Filipino. My passports, where are they? My passports say Filipino. So, you know, my parents' passports say Filipino. So I'm not gonna say I'm not one of those like, oh yeah, I'm Spanish, Italian. No, dude, I'm Filipino. You know what I mean? Like there are people like that, bro. Like you're born and raised in the Philippines. Your parents
No
are born
way.
and raised in the Philippines. And
Yeah.
like in your IG it says Spanish. No,
Yeah,
you're not,
bro,
bro.
I get
Right?
it, bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro, I've seen these. There's one person who's a friend of mine. Like she just on her IG it says she's half Spanish, half Filipino. I was like, you don't have any Spanish in you. Like,
Do you speak Spanish? Who's
no,
the president of Spain? You know what I mean? Like if you can't
exactly,
answer
exactly.
these
No,
questions.
they can't answer these questions, and plus like instead of just saying they're Filipino, they say like they're Latino, which like I guess in a way it does make some sense sort of because we were colonized by the Spanish, but we're not identified as Latinos. Like
Yeah, dude, we're not.
communication.
We're really not Latin, bro. Like, if you think about it, bro, like you said, we were colonized by Spain, yeah? We're the only country that Spain colonized that doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah,
We
that's
have our
true.
own language, bro. So, like, we really detached from it. So, feeling ko talaga, we shouldn't be calling ourselves anything else but Filipino. I think it's just people want to be different. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? They need,
exactly.
yeah. They're
Yeah,
just looking for something na maiba.
yeah. That's the same thing not only in the Philippines but in like America. You see like
Yun.
if you know most Americans are purely like they're basically European. Like their ancestors they came from Europe.
Yeah, from Europe, yeah. Because the real Americans are the Native Americans, the Indians.
Exactly. So if you ask a regular American, are you American? No,
No, I'm Irish. I'm German. No, you're not, bro. You're American. Shut up. It's like, like
exactly.
it's always
Exactly. It's like
like
I'm
that,
Jewish.
dude.
I'm English. I'm Scottish. I have a little bit of French in me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Jewish, I can understand Jewish. 'Cause, like that's a religion. You know what I mean? Like you can be a Jew from America. That's fine. You can say Jewish. You're Jewish. That's your religion. Cool. But like for someone who's born and raised in America, like doesn't speak German, don't say you're German, bro, because you're not. Like I have the same sentiment towards like Filipinos. You know, because like a lot of Filipinos live in the U.S., right? And like they'll say, they'll come here and they'll say na, oh, I'm Filipino. Like your parents are Filipino. Your passport says American. Like name the last 5 presidents of the Philippines. Like no, dude. Like you're basically American by now. You know what I mean? You have Filipino blood. Your parents are Filipinos, but you're not really Filipino anymore, dude. Like you can't name the last 2 vice presidents we've had. Like,
That's true. That's true. It's like
but like you're right, man. In the U.S., that's a big thing now. They all want to be ethnic. They all want to be like different. You know what I mean?
and yeah. I guess like with that trend, I was sort of just one of the lucky few that ended up that my soul ended up landing on the right person. I
No,
guess.
because like for you, you are literally half, right?
Yeah.
You can tell by your last name, Blackburn. So actually, let's get to it right now. Let's talk about your early life. So did you actually grow up here, or where did you grow up in?
Like nakatira ako sa iba pang mga countries. So parang pinanganak ako sa UK at saka pumasok sa Belgium. I went to Belgium. Pagkatapos Belgium, went back to UK, America, then Dubai and then Qatar. Ngayon,
Grabe, world traveler, man. How old are you again?
20 now. Actually, naging 20 isang isang buwan, like just 1 month.
Last month.
Yeah.
Okay, happy birthday, brother. Belated happy birthday, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, what was that like growing up traveling a lot? I'm sure nahirapan ka to make like, you know what I mean, friends because like you said you're 20 now. So when you were moving around, yan yung time na you would make your friends, do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
talk to us about that.
Well, I guess there's a lot to learn about like expectations versus reality as well. When I was like of course when I'm moving from England to Belgium, it was just kind of hard because I didn't really speak the language in Belgium.
Mm-mm.
Like main language in Belgium is Dutch and English. So I mean, it's really hard when you don't know the language because
Yeah.
in Europe the signs are all Dutch and French, prices are all descriptions all Dutch and French. If you look at a nutrition
Label.
right?
Yeah.
does this? What is calorie in French? Okay, it's gonna be similar. Calorie.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, but it's I think it's actually really cool to experience different cultures just to see how people view things. I mean, once you really look at different cultures, you kind of get to realize that there is no right or wrong answer when you think about certain things. Like say for example, people don't really like the way certain. Actually, I'm probably not going to bring up his name because it's a bit too controversial of a name, but
I think I know what you're gonna talk. Say
yeah,
it. Say it.
like I think Andrew Tate. I mean, I don't agree with everything
Oh
Andrew
no,
Tate,
Tate. Okay.
and I don't agree with everything Andrew Tate says, of course. But um, I just kind of realized that when I travel, there's no wrong or right answer. There's just maybe there's definitive wrong answers, but there's no definitive right answer when it comes to morals and ethics because in our in different cultures, religion is a huge part of that, and religion, of course, reflects on how people see ethics.
Mm-mm.
So, just kind of knowing that there is no wrong or right way of thinking when it comes to language, culture. There's just different themes, and that's kind of what I look at it as. Just there's I mean yeah, in life there's no wrong or right answer. It's just there is and is not. So yeah, that's what I kind of realized, and yeah. But in terms of fitting in, I guess I always kind of found it a challenge. I kind of found it a challenge when I wasn't when I didn't really fit in well with the kids in Belgium. So like as a young kid, I would actually get into a lot of fights, and of course I would lose a lot because naturally I was the youngest, and kids were just so much bigger and stronger. And so, yeah, like I lost a lot of them. And then when I went back to the UK, I didn't really get into many of them. Kind of got along with everyone, understood their culture, no communication barriers. And plus, actually, because in Europe there's so many languages and so many cultures, people are kind of biased against you. Like, oh, this kid's English, I don't like him. Or this kid, or a German kid sees a French person, or an Italian sees like a German. And probably, like in the school, they're probably not going to like each other. Sometimes. I mean, of course, the world is more friendly than that, but maybe that was the case when I was in what was called the European school at the time. So yeah, and then when I went to England, it was kind of more chill and stuff. And then after, and actually, who I hung out with the most in England? I actually hung out with the Filipino community.
Yeah. Because that's
Yeah.
the one thing about Filipinos, bro. No matter where you go, no matter what country you go to, there's always gonna be Filipinos, and they always tend to stick together. You know what I mean? I think naman it's basically like that with all races. You
I
know,
think that
like
yeah, because right now in human history, we're the most international, the most mixed as we are
no,
right now.
totoo. Yeah, that's true. Because like if you have to think about it, bro, like in the back in the days, in the early times, like I mean cavemen times, right? Like it's tribe mentality talaga eh. You don't know any other humans exist. And then you'll see another, let's see you're walking and then you see another tribe, they don't speak the same language as you. Like you're like, what is this? You know what I mean? It's automatically you're on the offensive. So we're we're really designed to stick to our people. But like you said, now we're at a time now where diversity is such a big thing. You know what I mean? No one's really 100% anything anymore. You know, like you said, me, I have like European blood, but I still consider myself Filipino. But if I took like the heritage test, it won't say I'm on. Like I don't even look like a Filipino, bro. To be honest, you know what I mean. Whenever I go abroad and people ask me where are you from, I say I'm Filipino. That's the number one thing I always get. Oh, you don't look Filipino. You don't talk Filipino. Well, I am. So
I mean,
you
you do
know.
talk Filipino, like I guess when you go to the U.S., you're like, oh, I thought you were Mexican, bro. I
Yeah,
didn't
bro, all the time. They always think I'm Mexican. And like when someone's talking to me and in the because like in the US it's very different there. Like here in the Philippines, like paano ko sasabihin to? We're the like there's no more hospitable people than the Filipinos. Well,
Yeah,
I like to think we're the most hospitable people on the planet. But in countries like the US and abroad, like it's not strange for strangers to talk to each other randomly. Like if you're waiting on the bus, if you're shopping, people will make conversation. Here, people don't really talk to each other much. Eh. You know what I mean? I think it's because everyone's so busy. Everyone has stuff to do. We're all like commuting takes so tagal. So like if someone was like making like just talking to me so much, I would just go no comprende English. no comprende inglés o moleste español. And then sometimes they would talk to me in Spanish, and I'd be like, oh, Joe, I'm just kidding, bro. Like, I can speak English. I just don't want to talk right now. You know what I mean? I would just pretend I didn't speak English. No, no English. No, so moleste español. I would just say stuff like that because everyone's just trying to talk to you in other places, right?
Yeah, I guess it kind of works as like a double-edged sword. Like, that's when people are trying to talk to you in places. I mean, you look like you're the type of guy to play basketball, right?
Yeah, I play ball.
That's why, like, I mean, in some certain situations, it makes it easier to make friends. Like, people are so willing to talk to you. At the other times, maybe you got a lot to do. Maybe you're just
Yeah.
tired and you just want to get your life on. It's like, bro, I'm not in the mood to talk. I understand both perspectives because, of course, like, I've been there both times. Like,
And like me, bro, because like when I travel, I'm a tourist. It's not like I'm not like you where I lived in multiple places. I've only lived in the Philippines, but I would travel, and when I travel, I'm always on high alert. You know, because I mean, there's good and bad people everywhere you go, right? But you can't if people know you're a tourist, you become a target, especially in Europe. I'm sure you know this, right? Like in places like France, in the UK, they'll target tourists to pickpocket, to do stuff like that. And I know this. I know like the tricks. Like someone will be talking to you while someone like picks your wallet at the back, right? So when I'm abroad, I don't really like to talk to people at random places because I always have my guard up because I'm not from there, so I don't know what's going on. I don't keep my AirPods in. I don't listen to music when I'm out, when I'm traveling, because I always have to be on high alert because, like I said, I don't know like what happens if someone steals my wallet. I'm not gonna go to the police station. I'm not gonna waste days in my trip to file a police report. You know what I mean? So it's just like that where I'm not really trying to talk because I don't want to be distracted by what's going on
yeah,
around me.
I guess that's a pretty interesting way to look at it. Um, I guess because when I'm a child, I don't really see that perspective of why, like, I guess other like people would just snub me when I went to different countries, and when I went to the UK, like, I guess when I spoke in their accent, it was like, okay, he's British,
They
so
know you're from there. Yeah, yeah, they know.
they know I'm from there. They're not going to be like, because I mean, it's not as huge as a thing as it was before, like throughout history. But the French and the British had a long rivalry. Many, many, many wars. And so when a French person comes to England, they're like, oh, that French bloke is weird. Or sometimes when I go to France, it's like, you don't speak English, and they just don't really like. I guess it's kind of like that, and um, I guess yeah, it's just a matter of who you're with really, and who's looking forward to you. I mean, that's the thing with communication. You got to know other people's language, especially, and I think it's mostly dangerous in places that are in countryside, especially like if you're in Italy, you go to a countryside that is their main ethnic group is of course European white people. Then probably if they see that you're a tourist, it's like they can take the most advantage out of you,
Of
right?
course, of course. But like it's just you know what I mean. Being careful at all times, especially as a traveler. You know what I mean. It really be like that sometimes. So let's move on. What were the things you would do to keep busy, like when you would move from city to city? Like, what were the things that you would be doing for fun?
What I would be doing for fun, basically, I had a very fortunate childhood actually, because my activities really varied from where I went from place to place. Like when I was in England, sports wasn't a huge factor, so I mainly stayed inside playing games. And then sometimes when we'd have Filipino parties, the fun thing was everyone would come into my room and we'd all play games, get some snacks, play first person shooter, play Call of Duty,
Call of
and
Duty.
yeah. And then sometimes people will be like, "Hey, you can if you're 9 years old, you can play Call of Duty. Why only 9 years old? Because 9 times 2 equals 18."
Yeah, in the story. Yeah,
Yeah, just like an excuse. And then when I went to America, sports is more of an emphasis, and
yeah,
then I mean America is just so fast. Like some places are extremely dangerous, some places are extremely safe. So the place I went to was actually quite safe. Like the neighborhood I lived in, it was like this isolated. It wasn't like this. It wasn't a compound, but it was like an isolated neighborhood, no walls.
Yeah. And that's the thing with the US, sorry for cutting you off. Like it can change in a snap of a finger. Like you can be in a safe area, you walk 5 minutes to the right, it's a dangerous area.
Yeah, bro. Here's a really good example. Did you know that in Los Angeles, it is a 30-minute drive from Disneyland to Compton? So like Disneyland, safe, happy place.
Anaheim, yeah, Anaheim, California.
And
Yeah.
Compton, you know, gangs.
The word, yeah, gang related, gang wars. LA in general is like gang central. And yeah, they started in LA, bro. Gang
Right.
started in LA. We actually used to live in LA for a little bit. I'll just tell you a quick story because my dad, he actually looks like African American, especially when he was younger, dude. He has dark skin, had a shaved head like me. He's pretty built, right? So I was young. I was like 2 years old at the time, and my dad was like I said, like where we were at, it was safe. But like I guess my dad was just walking around strolling, and he took like a right in the wrong side of town. And as soon as he takes that right, a car pulls up beside him. Two dudes come out, and they're like, "Where are you from?" Then my dad's like, "Oh, I'm from the Philippines." And the guy said, "I didn't ask you where you were born." I'm like, "Where are you from?" They mean like what set he's banging. Do you know what I mean? And like my dad didn't understand what they meant, like because like they don't know him, so they're thinking he's a rival gang member, right? And then I think my dad said like someone like was about to pop out, and I was in a stroller, bro. He was literally he was with his child, and they were about to jump him, bro. So like after that situation, my dad was like, "Nope, we're getting out of here. We're moving back to the Philippines. No, no more of this." Like
It's
yeah.
Yeah, like in the US, it is so. I think it's so extreme there, where you can be really safe in one area and then take a 5-minute drive down in LA. It's like it's like a dangerous zone. Like it's so that country. I mean, Americans always tell you how insane Thailand is, how insane places that they've been to, like Iraq, but then they don't realize how really up and down and how really extreme America is, like in those situations, because I guess the wealth gap is extreme.
Extreme, yeah.
The wealth gap, but the education, depending on what state you're in, depending on what neighborhood you're in, you can get an extremely good education there, or you can get an education that's just flat out just teachers don't care. And I was kind of lucky to be in the area in the US where it was relatively safe.
You want to know a crazy stat, bro?
What's the crazy stat?
Okay, so check this out. Hold on. So I heard this once and I Googled it just to make sure it was true because I didn't believe it. They said that there are more homicide deaths in Chicago than there were in the whole war of Iraq combined, bro. Like that's how many shootings there were in just one state, bro, of Chicago compared to like the whole
one state, one city. That's
in one city, yeah. So like and there are more guns in America than there are people.
no way.
Yeah, that's a stat. There's more guns in America than there are people.
So they
So, like-
restrict alcohol at the age of 21, but they can give a gun to an 18-year-old.
18-year-old, you can go to war at 18, but you can't drink alcohol or smoke a cigarette till you're 21.
That's insane. Yeah, that's insane. And then they kind of just argue that, oh yeah, I want to fight for my liberty. Like when it comes, okay, I don't want to talk about it too much. It's a very controversial topic, but like, when Tupac said that, I want to buy a gun to protect myself because I don't know who else has a gun. Well, it's like, okay, he has a gun. I have a gun. He has a gun. I have a gun. But why not just remove all of that and just no one has guns?
But the problem is, bro, here's the problem with that way of thinking, right? Criminals don't care about the rules, bro. So if you impose, this is my opinion, dude, and we're not even in America, so whatever, but if you impose gun laws like that, you stop people from owning guns, law-abiding citizens will not have guns, but criminals will still have guns.
Okay, that's a good perspective.
You know what I mean? Like the guys who, like I said, there's more guns than people in America, but like not everyone who has a gun is bad, right? Like at the end of the day, a gun doesn't kill a person does. And like most of the people who own the guns are not out killing people, bro. It's a few bad people who have guns.
That's true.
So I believe like if it's really up to your right, because to do whatever you want, man. If you want to keep a gun to protect your family and yourself, sure.
Yeah,
Because there's still gonna be bad people who will do bad things regardless.
that's true. That's true. Just look at the knife crime in the UK.
That's crazy, bro. I heard there's a knife killing every day in the UK, man. Like someone gets stabbed every day.
Yeah, and then in knife like in the UK, like I've heard like my mom, no, my sister or my mom went to the West Drayton. Like that's the neighborhood I grew up in, West Drayton, west of London, just outside London. There have been like one of my closest family friends say that there has just been like one of their friends from their school have just been stabbed like 2 days ago, and they're scared to walk in like inside the train station that I used to go in all the time to get into them, which is insane. Like I think it's I don't know. It's just it's a culture shock. Like people do bad things, and maybe it's just like it's a bit of culture, like a mentality thing that people have. That's sort of dangerous. What are your opinions on that?
I think it's different. It's difficult for stuff like that because I this is my look on things. I think people are inherently good. Nobody is born to be a bad person, right? But through circumstances in life, sometimes they're molded, right? You only know your surroundings. So if you're born into an area that's all you see, that's all you're around, you can't blame someone for being that way.
Yeah.
Like we really need to look at it as more of it's not really about gun control, it's not really about gun law, it's about how can we help the people who are doing these things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's actually right. Because actually, you do have good ways. You do have good perspectives on that. Because like people don't see themselves as a bad person. They always have They always have justifiable perspectives.
Exactly. There's always a reason for why they're doing these things, man. Like nobody wants to rob a place. But if your kids are hungry and there's nothing else you can do, like if I was in the position, I'd rather rob a place than let my kids starve, man. At the end of the day, humans always look out for themselves first before they. That's why it's really sad when you see people with a lot who don't help, because after a certain point, when you're so financially secured, there's nothing else you can do with the money, bro. Like there's only so many things you can buy. There's only so many like stuff you can spend your money on. Eventually, the mentality of like let me amass as much wealth as possible. What's that gonna do, bro? When you die, you can't take it. Why not help? Why not help the people with the things that you have so that these things won't happen anymore? Why not give back to the community? But then again, like everybody has their own way of seeing things.
That's true. And I think when it comes to perspectives, I think when it comes to like the whole like Democrat versus liberal argument, like in my opinion, it's like no one's right or wrong. In my opinion, they both are right and they're both wrong because they both have justifiable perspectives, if you know what I mean. And it's very complicated. Yeah.
Do you know the movie The Kingsman?
Yeah.
So remember the second one with Samuel L. Jackson when he was the antagonist.
Yeah.
Like he was basically like Thanos, right? He wanted to eliminate humans from the earth because the humans are the disease of the earth, right? So if you look at him as a character, he wasn't a bad guy. Of course, what he wanted to do was bad, but the idea behind it wasn't so bad. Like it wasn't a radical idea. Like I just want to kill millions of people. No, it's because like, he thinks that we're destroying the world, and for the world to heal, we need to do this. of course, in hindsight, he was a horrible person, right? But like I said, nobody thinks they're bad when they do these things. Nobody thinks that. Nobody wants to be a bad person. It's just the world is so crazy now that there's we just have to be able to. I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words really for what I'm trying to say, but my point is that nobody wants to really do harm to others, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. No one
And like,
wants.
go ahead, sorry.
Okay, you can go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like things like this, man. I don't like to think about them because I get so stressed, bro. Like, I feel like there's no hope. You know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do? How can we change this for the better? So, like, it's really one of my. I never really understood this term until I got older. Like, the term ignorance is bliss. Like, the
Yeah,
less you know, the better, bro. Because talagang like now with inflation, all of this stuff, like how can I help myself? How can I do better, man? There's so many things that I need to to worry about. So actually, this is a good entry to our next topic, something I asked you about. That's why like I really love like working out and like exercising because when I'm in that space, when I'm in the gym, nothing else matters, bro. I'm not thinking about anything else. Like I'm focused on my set. It really is like serenity for me. You know what I mean? I feel. I'm sorry. What you cut out?
an escape, and you feel good afterwards.
You do. It really makes like good endorphins and stuff. So for you, when did you start working out? When did you said you train as well, right?
Yeah, I think you also train in some boxing because you have a boxing
Yeah.
bag in your house.
Yeah. In my house. Yeah.
Uh, I started working out at the age of 15. Like I wasn't intent on bodybuilding. Like a lot of people, like a lot of them, like a lot of kids at the younger age, like they just want to get the muscles. For me, um, I was kind of like the Karate Kid. I just kind of wanted to take it up so I could learn how to defend myself. And then along the way, like just doing the most basic exercises, the push-ups and the crunches, um, and learning how to fight. It was just it gave me a lot of confidence, and also it provided me an escape. And along with that, it also was a really good outlet for my anger at the time. So it's just like I don't have to uh, let it out. So in a negative way. So 15, I think it's really good. So when did you
That's a
start?
good age.
What
I started around like that time too, 15, 16. But I didn't really do weights, because before like we had a misconception that if you do weights hindi ka tatangkad, you won't grow tall. Like that's all wrong, man. That's all lies. Like there's no correlation between building muscle and growing tall. But like when I was younger, my parents wouldn't let me go to the gym because they said it would stunt my growth, whatever. But like it's good now that we have a lot of science and stuff. Do you follow sports? Are you a sports fan?
I'm a huge UFC fan.
Okay,
I like
so I don't know how long you've been watching the UFC, but like I started when I was around your age, maybe younger, like 17. I was already watching, and like you can see the difference between the fighters back then and the fighters now. It's like the knowledge we have about training now, the science, everything is so much better now. You know what I mean? Even with basketball, like the talent of the people back in the day, you can't compare it to the talent now, dude. Like you watch a high school kid in the States, pwede na pang PBA yan dito eh. You know what I mean? Like they're so good. It's crazy how quick we learn as humans. You know what I mean? If you think about it, bro, 30 years ago, if you told someone, hey, you know, that camera you're holding, your MP3, your calendar, your calculator, all of that will be put into your cell phone. And your cell phone can fit in your pocket no matter where you are. As long as you have internet, you can talk to anyone around the world. They'd look at you like you were crazy, bro. Yeah, right. Sure, bro. Like itong cellphone ko na sobrang laki. Like my calculator will be here, my calendar, my computer's in my phone. Yeah, right, bro. But like it was
endless
that
communication, bro. Yeah.
right. It wasn't so long ago where that seemed alien to us. So like at the same time, I'm kind of sure that humans will figure it out because humans are so smart, man. Look at everything we've been able to accomplish.
And not only that, we're looking. Oh, sorry. Let's just see. We're just constantly. And the world's changing every second. Like new devices, and even if a new device hasn't come out, I'm pretty sure the engineers, the designers behind these crazy corporations that will impact our lives will figure out ways to make them more efficient. Okay, maybe we need to change this in coding. Maybe we need to. Maybe the iPad needs to become lighter. Maybe it needs to become thinner because it's inefficient or whatever. Or maybe the download speed of the PS4 is not being enough. Maybe we need to make the PS4 slimmer, or we just need to, I don't know, replace this material with that material. So yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're definitely right on that one. Yeah, like we adapt so crazily not only when it comes to technology, but when it comes to, I guess, sports. Because here's something my teacher said. Um, Before Tony Hawk came along, when there was skating competition, um, Tony Hawk was there to, uh, before Tony Hawk, people, or maybe after, people didn't realize that people would be doing flips on skateboards. And then after they did that, it was like, flips? Oh, there's no way he's going to do a double flip. Oh, he did a double flip in tornadoes. So yeah,
Then he
it's
did the
just
900, yeah.
the 900s. Do you follow skating as well?
Not really. I played the game growing up, Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. That
Oh,
was sick. Yeah.
also, GTA San Andreas.
Of course, bro. Of course, man.
Bro, top.
Of course. They need a new GTA, bro. Because I was your
Bro,
age and I was playing GTA, bro. It's the same. We played the same game, man.
exactly, dude. Man, Rockstar are just coming out with these remasters that we don't want anymore.
Right? Dude, they're just stealing our money, man. That's why I stopped supporting.
Exactly.
But
To be honest, I want a remake of San Andreas, not a remaster.
Yeah. Because did you play the remaster? It's horrible, bro. It's not very good, man.
I didn't play the remaster. Like,
The new one. They bundled it like with the three, right? They did San Andreas, GTA Vice City, and I think GTA 3. And then you can buy it for, I think it was like 2,500 pesos, 2,500 pesos. Bro, lugi, man. Egul ka talaga. Lugi sa bayad. It wasn't worth it, man.
it's a ripoff, dude. The thing is, you could have bought all three games for $12.
For less. Yeah, exactly,
Not
bro.
even the remastered, and then they give you like, okay, they'll just say, okay, just change the explosions, just add this new graphics mode, ban every graphics, and yeah, just call it remaster, and then we'll give it to everyone. So, oh, charge people $60, like yeah, whatever.
Egul talaga.
Uh-huh.
Okay, my next question is, uh, your PBB experience. Growing up, did you ever follow PBB? Did you know what PBB was? Were you a fan?
Yes, oftentimes PBB, ABS, CBN, TFC. My Lola was always watching it in the background. I'd come home from school, and then my Lola is sitting down on the television on the couch, just watching TFC, PBB. She was watching something with Gerald Anderson and Kim Chiu as well.
Tayong dalawa.
Tayong dalawa.
That was
And
my
they were
first teleserye I watched too, with my boy Jake Cuenca.
Jay Cuenca.
Yeah,
Was it a love triangle between Kim Chiu, Gerald?
yeah, and
Yes,
Jake.
that was
Yeah,
the exact one.
yeah,
I remember that.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
Jay
Yeah.
Cuenca. I remember that, and
That's my dog.
I was rooting for Gerald and Kim at the time. Like,
Of course, of course. Jake is a bad boy. Yeah,
yeah,
that was sick, man.
yeah. I was like, yes, Kim Chiu and Gerald. Come on. And I was like, why is it so hard? Why was it hard for Kim to choose between the two? I was like, come on, dude. Why is it hard? Why do you need to make it dramatic? Just choose Gerald. Come on, come on.
Because we're in the Philippines, man. Everything has to be dramatic, bro. It's always dramatic here. It's
Yep.
like the telenovelas in Mexico, bro.
Telenovelas in Mexico, bro. Yeah, everything has to be dramatic because that's what hooks people on these days. Because yeah, I guess
So,
Hmm?
sorry. My next question was, what made you decide to join PBB this season? Did you ever think about it before?
Um,
Hi, girls
well,
or ladies, I see you. Sorry. My super fan is in here.
I was always like interested in show business. I've always wanted to do it. Like as a kid, I would always join school plays and stuff, and so I thought I would just enjoy my life and join it because it's gonna be good. Also, I was also fascinated with this idea of character and how like TVB brings out the worst and the best in people sometimes, or it brings out um, some point. So I was just kind of interested to psychoanalyze myself as well. Like I'll join PvP, and then I ended up having a lot of fun. So yeah, just wanted to.
Did you ever consider joining it before this season? Or was it like, why now? Why specifically now?
Why now?
Yeah.
It was just like I've got a lot of time on my hands. Like I'm taking a gap year, and I didn't take a gap year because I didn't get accepted to any university. I applied to all 5 of my UK universities, got offers from all of them. I just wanted to take a break from it, and I thought I have a lot of free time right now, so why don't I just do this right now and see what happens? I mean, there's no harm in trying. I
True.
don't, I don't hurt anyone by auditioning. I just audition. So that was my initial thought. I was like, oh, I'll have fun, join PBB. I did consider joining it after Idol Philippines, but just a while. But then I was actually quite busy with education as well. And they take you out of school, and
Yeah.
me and my parents especially they wanted me to also do show. They supported me on show business and schooling and acting and singing, but they all said that you should focus on education first. Like that should be the top-notch priority, and then afterwards we'll take you to auditions. We'll take you to commercials. That was always the case.
Shout out to your dad, by the way. If you remember, I met him,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
got it. Yeah.
yeah.
So, my, what was that? Totally forgot the question. Okay. Um, dude, I forgot the question. But, so when you got into PBB, okay, now I remember. Were you in the UK when you auditioned, or were you out here?
I was actually in here.
Oh, you were here in the Philippines already.
Yeah, I was here.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, I was here in the Philippines, so I was quite familiar with it.
How was the reaction of your family when they found out? Like your Lola, how was she? What was her reaction when she found out that when you told her that I'm gonna be a part of PBB? What was it like? Oh wow, Philippine Eagle, let's go, baby!
Queer
All
Raymond,
right, I
damn,
love it. Let's go. Anyway, thank you
Philippines.
so much. Thank you so much.
Grabe,
Thank
grabe.
you, Kuya Remark.
Well,
You are the man, boss.
I'm not gonna get
You.
buzzed for telling you the process anymore, but when I auditioned,
No, bro, trust me. I've had so many PBB people on this show. All we talk about is the process. It's fine. There's no more. You're not in the bahay ni Kuya anymore, bro.
okay, there's no beat. Okay.
Kuya remark again
Oh,
with the chocolate. Yeah.
chocolate bombs.
Let's go.
Chocolate.
I love it. Thank you so much, sir. You're the man,
Okay.
boss.
So basically, when they said okay, we'll go. They said they took me to the final round of the PBB auditions, interviewed me, and then after that they said okay, go to the PBB Victorial, and I told my mom, I was like, oh my god, you're gonna like my okay, can't be high.
Going nuts. Yeah.
My Lola was like, oh my god, Anak, you're going to PBB. Come Anak! And she's my grandma. And then, yeah, my grandma's my Lola from my Filipino side. She's the only grandparent I have as of now. And then, she's like, oh, my anak is in PBB! And then, my mom told her friends, and she was so proud of it. And then, my mom gave me like the biggest hug. Oh my god, you're gonna be PBB! Ah! She's a typical Filipino mom, I guess, like so hyper. And then sometimes it was a very proud moment for her. And then my sister didn't expect that it would follow through at all. So when apparently she told me that after I was inside the house, she said that, oh my gosh, I was so proud of seeing you that I was actually kind of bragging about like this to my friends. And not only that, like people in my school were like telling my sister, oh yeah, hey, I saw your brother on television. And it was like, yeah, it's kind of what it was. So yeah, that
Big
was,
Brother, Big Brother in the UK is pretty popular as well, right?
yeah, yeah, it is. But
But I heard that it's different. Like the voice of Kuya, it's just a random voice. It can even be a girl voice. So I don't think it's as cool because like with the mystique of PBB, it's like Kuya is his own character. Do you know what I mean?
exactly, the Koya is
Yeah,
his character, and he has that deep voice. When you have that deep, intimidating voice, that deep, intimidating voice actually implies that someone's kind of bigger than you, someone's there to teach you something. But
yeah,
in Australia, the UK, the US, Big Brother is just a robot voice. Like,
yeah. It's random.
what?
Did you feel any additional pressure to do well in PBB knowing all of this? Like,
Um, I didn't put any pressure on myself because I always thought like the voting, it's not going to be much of a variable in my control. Like it's a factor as to whether or not people like me. So I was kind of generous. I was kind of a bit nervous, but my manager said that I will trust you'll either be in top. Okay, never mind. I can't tell. My manager said I'll trust you'll be placed up high and not evicted. I was like, oh crap. Then to him, I would disappoint him like if I got evicted early. So,
but you didn't disappoint him, bro. He was correct in his assessment, man. Do you
yeah.
believe in manifestation? That's a big thing I like to push in my podcast, man. Manifesting things.
I do believe in manifesting. Yeah.
So like if you think about it, your manager basically manifested that for you because you did make it to the top five, man.
Yeah, I did. I did. Yeah. I was
What
just
was that like? What was that feeling for you where you were already out of the house? Oh no, because the teens were the last, right? So you guys never got to leave.
yeah. No.
Yeah, because I forgot. Yeah, you guys were the last, so you never got to leave. So like
Yes.
how long were you actually in the house for, bro?
It's just like goodness. Okay, I think say around mid-March, March 21st, right? I was there. Because I had to quarantine for 1 week, like March
Until
20th
May.
until the end of May. Yeah,
Jeez. That's so long, bro.
2.5 months or 3 months. So like,
Oh,
dude, honestly, I was expecting that when I got out the house, something crazy would happen, like Queen Elizabeth would die or something.
oh, that's funny, bro. Um, were you part of them when you guys started in the mountains, right? Like in a camp?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Talk to
Yeah.
us about that because you're the first person I'll interview who actually experienced that. Because the first person I interviewed from Teens, Stephanie Jordan, she came in late because she had problems with her passport. So what was that like, man? Were you blindfolded all the way to the camp?
Yes.
Sheesh, bro. Did you feel like a kidnapped victim, man? Like in the car with the because I can only imagine, bro. Like when they brought me from the hotel to Kuya's house, I was telling them like, yo, take the blindfold off. I know where we're going. Dude. It's not a mystery to me. I know exactly where we're gonna be at. Then they're like, no, you have to. And then they gave me a little like bootleg iPod Nano. And then like the
Yeah,
only,
bro.
yeah, you know, the bootleg
Yeah.
iPod.
They gave
Diba?
me,
Tapos
they gave me the
puro,
MVP. Bro,
yeah,
dude,
puro Taylor Swift lang yung kanta. It's like, dude, ayoko, patayin mo na lang. Kunin mo na to. Nakakainis, dude.
bro, that's so funny. Like, here's a story. Actually, I was when I was quarantined in the house, I was allowed to. I brought my PlayStation for like the first 3 days just to occupy myself.
Yeah.
Brought some books to study. Brought in the PlayStation, played Call of Duty, and then I couldn't have it. And then in my mind, I was like, okay, what if they're just like human trafficking? Like,
Right?
tell you
Yeah,
what,
dude.
this is not PVV. This is human trafficking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blindfolded and everything.
And like, paano yun? Like, what if you had to use the banyo on the way to the camp? No, you can't. You can't.
Oh,
There's
we
no
can't.
stocks.
We can't. There was this portable toilet, That was okay. Basically, what it was like a toilet, and then just right above it was the shower. That's it. Toilet, and then the shower there. That's it. And then like a tab, like a tap right over there to just brush your teeth. But I didn't brush my teeth in the toilet, of course. I brushed my teeth like in the kitchen. So yeah.
Hindi ko kaya, bro.
Yeah.
Hindi ko talaga kaya. That's why I can never go camping, man. Like, I need I need to be able to drop a deuce in peace, dude. Like, I can't do it out in the wild.
You
Because, like,
can't
I
get
feel I
you can't
can't,
get to the
bro.
leaves.
I couldn't even, like, my first few days in the house, I couldn't poop, bro. Like, it was, because, like, there's no lock in the banyo. I was trying to, like, hold the door, like,
Oh,
you know
bro,
what I
no
mean?
way. Wait,
Yeah.
there was an occupied sign, right?
I never saw it. Like, I never
Oh,
really flipped it. I never really cared. Like, I would just scream to everyone, like, yo, I'm going to the bathroom. No one come inside. Like,
yeah. Oh, bro, that's so crazy. There's this one time, like, every time I would, even when I would see the bathroom occupied sign, like, and no one comes out for a long time, I would knock five
knock.
times,
Yeah.
like, 5 times 5. I'd knock 25 times, just to see if anyone would respond or anything.
Because
Oh my goodness. Then
you
I
can never
opened the
tell,
door.
bro. Because sometimes they forget to flip it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's perfectly human. Everyone forgets these things.
Yeah.
And then I
Especially,
opened,
like, you're not used to it, you know, like in your house all these years, you never had to flip a sign when you were in the banyo, dude.
yeah, exactly. So I opened the door and then I saw a housemate. Oh crap! But I'm not gonna say the name. But then the housemate was just washing their hands, and then just yeah. I was like,
Dude,
bro,
si TJ the best.
huh?
Like, uh, there was a time where we had to, like, I forgot what it was. Basta, like, it was one of those activities where it's supposed to make everyone cry. And then Angie Salvacion was talking about, like, I think her dad, what happened to her dad. So everyone was so emotional already, right? And then Karen goes to the banyo. She goes to the bathroom. The sign said occupied, right? And then she just opens the door, and then the next thing you hear is, oh my god, because TJ's like sitting down, and TJ doesn't even flinch anymore. When the door opens, he goes, hey.
No way! That was not it though, was it?
I don't know. I don't know if it was, bro, but it was the greatest of all time. Because you know how, like, the whole house has mirrors, right?
Huh?
So I was looking at Angie. So picture it, right? This is the sofas. It's where the sofas were.
Yeah.
So Angie was standing there, and then the dining table would be here, right? And you know where the bathroom is. So this is all mirrors, right? So I'm looking at Angie, but I can see what's going on through the mirror. Bro, Karen literally jumped out of her shoes, bro. Like, oh my god! It was the
No
funniest
way!
thing that happened in the house, bro.
That's just so crazy. I heard that Brenda also had some crazy moments. Like Michael told me that Brenda like showed off her backside. Is that true?
Oh, I don't know, bro. I maybe I wasn't there anymore, but Kyle walked in on me also. But because I got food poisoning in the house, bro. I got food poisoning in the house, and they were all telling me, dude. They were all telling me, like, don't eat it, don't eat it, because it was Sam's birthday, and, like, I love gata. Do you know what gata is? It's like stuff cooked with coconut milk. So it's my favorite, bro. Like, ginatang, like, vegetables, crabs, whatever it is. If it's a gata, I'm gonna eat it.
Bro, I love crabs.
Right? And then Brenda was telling me, like, yo, don't eat it. Even Madame Inuts, she was like, yo, Albie, dalawang araw na yan, don't eat it. It's like, kaya ko to, man. Like, I'm tough. I can eat this. Bro, I swear. Remember how they tell you that there's 24/7 surveillance? If you ever need help, you can just ask for it. I asked for it. No one helped me, bro. I was like, I grabbed my lapel in the bed. You know how it's so cold in the bedroom, right?
Huh?
Dude, I was sweating. Pawis na pawis, dude. The cold sweats na. I was like, Kuya, I need help. And then no one came to help, bro. So I just crawled to the bathroom, vomiting my brains out in the toilet. And then, like, I just fell asleep next to the toilet, bro. Like, literally hugging the toilet, man. And
No
then,
way.
yeah, dude, like, everyone else was asleep. And then I guess Kyle had to take a piss. So, like, he goes in the door. and like he goes inside. You know, I can tell he's still half asleep because like he's doing this, and then like the sound of the door wakes me up. So like I'm like, what's up, bro? So it takes Kyle 5 seconds to realize that I'm there. So he's like, then I go, what's up, bro? Then he just goes, ah! It's like, dude, buffering ka ata, bro. Naka 3G yung utak mo. Pa-Wi-Fi mo
That
na
was
yan,
not.
bro.
That was not aired. Was
That
it?
was not aired, bro. And then I think like the next day, wala pang laundry eh. So I only had white pants left. And my tummy was wrecked. So I told PJ, like, dude, this is the worst time for me to wear white pants, bro. Because it's like if an accident happens, bro,
Oh
it's
no!
over. It's over, bro. I'm in white pants. So, yeah. Um, let's talk about like what happened like after when you got outside PBB. Like you said, right? You were thinking, what if like something happened? What if Queen Elizabeth dies? But what really happened? How was the impact? How did it impact you when you got out of PBB?
Like I was before I got out because I was in the house for so long. I was just like you know how prisoners when they go to prison they get really anxious to get out sometimes because prison life like spent 40 years and when they go outside they're anxious that they get exiled or something like that. When I was about to get outside the house and I was about to know it's over, I was like, okay, what if like the outside world hate me? Like I was getting so anxious. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I was gonna get so bashed to the degree that I am not? Because I don't know. Like, of course, people tell you not to care what people think of you, but for me,
But it's hard, bro. It's impossible to care not to care what people think, man.
of course. And then like, I was just so anxious. Like, oh, what do people think of me? Maybe I'm being bashed. I did something wrong. And then I just got so anxious. Like I was out in the last few days. It was just like. Last few days in PPE, I was just like, oof, gosh, I better make the most of it. Maybe I go outside and people are like, hey, roll with it.
Boo Rob, yeah.
Yeah, and that didn't happen. So I was quite lucky. I've got to thank God. Uh, I've got to thank these people. And yeah, it's just look. I was quite lucky. So because I've been in there for so long, I was just very anxious. And when I got out, it was just like very warm welcome. So, yeah.
Okay, hold on, bro. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm so sorry. Can you like just greet your fans for a bit?
Yeah.
I don't want to cut it short just because I have to use the.
That's all cool. Alright, Albie Casiños of Angel, Pearl, Clint, Albie, mainly RobXine, hello Rob, Casiño, 105.8k diamonds on Albie's 208k diamonds, approximately 208.8k diamonds. Joseph Flower, where's Buddy, SM's Maxine, where's Max Robella. She's in place right now, she's in the house. I know that for sure. Joseph, actually, I bought flowers a couple days ago, 100 pesos for white white roses, but they're not in good condition anymore, and they're quite long. Yeah. How bagan gusto? Can you sing, Rob? And underscore. See, .6, .06, maraming salamat para sa Miss Communiverse. Maxine Flower, Margot 1108, just Margot. You robbed me to the max. Jess and Marco 19. Share this live. Share the love. Share the live. Frances underscore Aubrey. Max Mix 09. Oh, birth date. Thank you, CM. And you. Pumunta sa barrio si Albie Casiño. CM happy birthday. Yes, Uncle. I agreed at the same. I agreed at the same. Opo. Zamboanga, hello po. We miss you to the very max. Namimiss ko you. Namimiss ko din very max. Current show or series. Yes, I am in the chosen one. Yo, what's up?
Anyway, before I had to use the banyo, like I wanted to say, you know why I think it's just because like the reason why you weren't hated is out of all my years here in the industry, I noticed that people like sincerity, man. As long as you're yourself, I don't think you can go wrong with that because people can honestly sense fake people, man. Like you can only be fake for so long until the real you starts to show, bro.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That's yeah. That's actually really true because like in my opinion, like in the house, it's like you can you can sort of put on this filter or sort of put on this personality, but eventually, like you're in a house for 24 hours. They can record. They can publish whatever they want. You've literally signed a contract to say that whatever the public image is of me, I completely agree not to sue any. Yeah, you signed a contract. You were willing to do it under your own free will. So, um, yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. I mean, eventually, your real character, your real core is gonna show up.
It will always show, man. The real you will always come out, and that's it's nice that you're so young and you're authentic to yourself, bro. Don't ever change that, man. No matter what happens in your journey, just be true to yourself moving forward. So you mentioned something earlier. You did you do Idol Philippines?
Yeah, I did.
What year? Were you
Uh,
with the same with Shania and Angie?
I was actually, I was actually the first ever eliminated in Idol Philippines. Yeah.
What was the Idol Philippines experience like for you?
I was not living in the Philippines. I flew over from Qatar to audition.
Okay.
So I was feeling very jet lagged, and I had a different singing coach at the time, so I wasn't able to really belt out. And my singing coach just right now changed my life for the better. But and it made like this huge minus big difference. So it was actually a fun experience. It was like my first taste of what show business was like in the Philippines. I just kind of want to get to know people, kind of want to touch the waters and see who people are. Just kind of want to observe everyone. Just before I talk too much when I'm 16, I was a bit shy. So I was like, okay, I wanna see who these people are, and then the more, because I did commercials in Qatar. I did oh yeah, I did commercials in the UAE too.
That's
Um,
that's nice. What was that like? Let's talk about the commercials in the UAE. Is the process very different here? Do you guys still do go-sees? How is it like there?
go sees. We don't do go sees in the UAE. We do castings because I was like I wasn't like in any television series in the UAE. Like no, like
Okay.
they don't shoot that unless it's like it's solely aimed towards Arabs, but they don't
Yeah, yeah,
shoot they don't shoot like coming of age films like Hollywood quality. So
yeah, of course.
yeah, most of that opportunity is in the UK or the US. But in terms of commercials, that was it's basically you do casting, they do the same thing, profile, you're signed under an agent, and I also did a couple workshops there, and basically when I got my first ever commercial, which was a Yazmall commercial, it was Yazmall.
Oh, what's a Yasma?
Yazmall, it's a mall in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
It's a very famous mall. There's a theme park called Ferrari World, and
Okay.
and the fastest roller coaster on Earth as of now is in Ferrari World. And the cool thing about Yas Mall is you can go from Yas Mall and then go to the entrance of Ferrari World. So
Oh, so it's inside the mall.
it's not inside the mall. It's connected to the mall though.
All
So,
right, I see.
so you go like that's one of the insane things. Like imagine a world class theme park being connected to a mall. But anyways,
Yeah.
as soon as we got that commercial, I couldn't sleep the night before the shooting because
You're so excited.
I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually about to be on camera for the first time and be published. This is going to be amazing. And yeah, just my very, very first time because I've never experienced anything like shooting. I've always experienced school plays. I've always been experiencing acting clubs, like drama clubs, and it was something I did, as a hobby for fun. And now I'm there, like doing a commercial. Like now I've got a job out of this. It's like, oh wow, this is like this is my first step in this, and um, yeah, it was just spent the whole day inside the mall shooting, and I didn't do any of the skating because I had a stunt double because I was a skater boy,
Okay.
and it's just wild. So yeah, it's just wild. Couldn't sleep the night before, but the Yaz Mall experience was fun, and also it wasn't too rigorous of a shoot. Like I've seen, I've I've seen some shoots and I've seen some rehearsals that just drain you into a business. Like even in school plays, like there are people who didn't memorize their lines and they're getting so tired because like everything's packing up. But
How long did the whole commercial take? Like, what time was your call time? What time did you end? If you
I
remember.
I needed to be there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus.
Think 4 o'clock in the morning. But I remember. Oh no, I needed to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
But we then from 6 o'clock in the morning to like 12 or 1 o'clock in
The next day.
The next day, yeah.
Tagal din.
That's how long I spent in the entire mall. But it wasn't rigorous because there was a mall and I could just go around and
Okay. Yeah, I see.
go
I see.
go eating or go shopping. It wasn't too much of a rigorous shoot that first time. So yeah.
What was it like when you moved to the UAE? Like, I'm sure it was completely different culture-wise.
Oh
Cause
my gosh.
yeah, from Europe to like a Muslim nation. What was that like?
Oh my gosh. I thought Florida, like, because I went to the UAE just right after the US, and I thought, my gosh, I thought Florida was hot. This is
Yeah.
scorching.
It's
Like,
literally a desert.
yeah, like as soon as I was in the UAE, I was getting heat rashes everywhere,
Yeah.
all over my body, and for the weather, first thing, but the architecture, the roads are beautiful. Culture shock. Well, because the signs were in English and Arabic was optional, even though I'm in the Arab region, I was kind of shocked that Arabic wasn't like a prioritized language. It was English. Like, yeah, I was very surprised about that. And at the time, yeah, just a huge culture shock. But as well as that, it's quite fun. I was kind of like when I went to Dubai, I was kind of expecting to see pet cheetahs out of cars
Yeah.
because that's what they tell you before you
Yeah.
go to Dubai. And then I didn't really see that much of them. But every now and then, like in Dubai, I saw like a few supercars, like a few Lamborghinis, a few Bentleys. But the Arabic culture was really was also something that struck me. Like they have a lot of Arabic dates. I was also excited to know a lot about like the history of the Arab world, like how it sort of contributed to a modern understanding of like medicine and stuff. Like visiting like old Arab style villages in the UAE. Looking at people like wearing that little Emiratis thing. I don't really know what it's called, but it's quite good. And plus, the perfume was really strong. And the perfume, released, like the steam comes out, and yeah, they love that. They love that perfume.
If you had to choose, since you've been to both, you've been to extreme cold. You know how like in the UK it's always raining. It's very cold all the time, and then you've been to extreme heat in the desert. Which would you rather be at?
Extreme heat or extreme cold? Probably. It's a hard one. I would love to be probably. I love the cold actually.
The cold is better for you.
Yeah, because like the cold is not going to be there for that long anyways.
I see. Yeah, you're right about that.
But if I were to choose three countries, I like it here actually, even though it doesn't snow. I like the moisturize. It's not scorch. It's hot, but it's not scorching like it is in the UAE.
It's humid heat. It's wet heat.
Wet
Yeah.
heat.
Yeah. Dry heat is crazy. It's like hindi ka pinagpapawisan eh kasi natutuyo ka agad yung pawis mo. You don't even know that you're getting sunburned na because it's just so hot.
Totoo, totoo. Pero
Yeah.
gusto ko ng cold kasi I wanna be in a cold country.
You
Yeah.
want to be in a cold climate.
It's like
What was your favorite country? Besides the Philippines, what is your favorite country to have lived in?
uh probably the US or the UK. The US probably. That was one of my favorites, per se. It was just like I know it has nothing to do with me as a kid, but when you're in the UAE, people have like the limited contract, and so people have a limited contract, and they're not even granted UAE citizenship. So that kind of that influences the work culture, as in no one can really make a genuine connection. They're always just there for you to either solely network and not make any genuine connection. They're always kind of after you for something. But in America, like if you get broke or UK get broke, you have citizenship to not keep you deported, and it's more relaxed there. But especially in America, people have citizenship. So I would have to say to me, even though I was British, the Americans were quite welcoming to me. Like they said, "Oh, I like your accent. It was great." Yeah, States was one of my favorite. I'd say it's a great place. Well, of course, depending on the state, but I was on the east side. I came from Florida to Virginia, so I'd say America's great. Has great culture. They're very welcoming, and of course, in extreme cases, like talk about non-welcoming people. But yeah, I'd say I was lucky to be in where I was now, where I was in America. So America's America.
You mentioned earlier that you want to go back. You're planning to go back to school. What exactly are you taking up?
Um, I'm aiming a bit high. I plan to take up. I love mathematics and stuff, physics.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Well, good job, bro. You're a better person than me, man.
So, like for me, I kind of look at it as in like a work, like the mathematics for me. I look at it as in like a workout for your brain. Because
Yeah.
like reading, people look at reading as in a workout for the brain, but for me, it's like mathematics is pure logic.
Yeah.
There are sets of rules in mathematics that you need to use to solve a problem. And sometimes when you're given a problem, just using the rules, it solves itself. As long as you are good at copy and pasting and just good at paying attention to the detail of what you wrote before and attention to detail of what the question is, good at following the rules, good at innovatively thinking. So I plan to take up electrical engineering. However, I know that's however, I do know that's a really hard course, and if I can't do that, then I would love to do like IT or cybersecurity or something. So yeah.
You know what they say, man. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. That's the thing about math. It's an exact science, bro. Like
Yeah, that's true.
if if you get a wrong number, you can look back and see exactly where you made the mistake, why it came out wrong. But
Exactly.
like, isn't that kind of hard if you plan to balance showbiz with your studies?
That's true. I signed up to be a part-time student, so
Okay.
um,
Where will you be studying again? I'm sorry.
AMA University.
Okay, here in the Philippines already. Perfect. Yeah,
Because
that's perfect. That's perfect.
yeah, I did apply to the UK, but like that was just because I didn't know if show business was gonna work.
Gonna work out. Yeah.
So yeah, I applied here now, and yeah, just I also did do a bit of studying in my gap year to make sure I was prepared, like even overly prepared for university, because like high school was just like kicking me so much that like overly.
That's good though. I like how you look at things where like high school was hard for you, so you prepare because you don't want to take the easy way out. You still want to take like hard courses in college. That just shows resiliency with you, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I did online courses like Khan Academy. I even revisited some of my physics that I learned in school. I was like, okay, I even took it back to the basics, like Newton's second law. The normal force is equal to, this and that. Friction is equal to the normal force of this and that. I took it back to the very, very fundamental basics, such as Newton's first, second, and third law. I took mathematics back, like I even looked at all the way back in algebra 1, and then and just sharpened skills and learned a bit of mathematics. I actually self-taught myself calculus.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I was just kind of like enthusiastic about it. So, and I think it all comes down to discipline. Like if anyone wants to get, like, even working out, it's basically like if anyone wants to get the fundamentals of working out, doing the push-ups, planks, squats, basically they can just master the body weights at home before hitting their weights at the gym.
That's true, man.
That's what I think is fundamental. Like anyone can learn the fundamentals of basics in a span of 2 months if they have like I think if they have the discipline, they can improve upon that. Of course.
That's the thing with working out, man. Like, it's really all discipline. Do you know what I mean? It really is. That's why it's hard, because it's the only thing where nobody can help you but yourself, bro. With
That's
working out.
That's
Yeah.
true. Like nobody can help you but yourself, and plus not only working out but like dieting as well. That's hard as well. Just watching what you eat is a hard thing. But it gets easier the more disciplined you are. Like I think people have this misconception that discipline's really hard because it's gonna feel like a drag each day. But like in my opinion, as long as you take it step by step, then you're gonna find it's just a matter of habit, to be honest with you. Like the first step may be like hard as nails. Like in your first day of dieting, you're thinking, oh man, I want food. When the second day, it's like, oh wait, I want food, but it comes less hard. Third day, it's like, all right, kind of used to this, bro. So yeah.
And like, you'll notice, man, it's a trend here. I don't know if it's only here in the Philippines, but I won't call it body shaming because I'm not ashamed of my body. But there's a lot of things there's a saying here in the Philippines where it's like, ang tunay na lalaki may tiyan, walang abs. Like, that's not true, man. Ang lalaking may tiyan, tamad na lalaki lang yan, dude. Like, they try to downplay, or they try to make fun of people who are always in the gym, always working out. Like, it's a stereotype that people who work out are gay or something. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. It's just,
Yeah.
they're just too lazy to do it themselves.
I know.
So they drag down people like us who are super determined, man. Like, I always get called Johnny Bravo, but I never get called Johnny Bravo by someone who actually works out. It's someone who will get winded after going up 2 flights of stairs who makes fun of me for going out, dude. Like, it's crazy. The mere fact that because they can't do it, they try to downplay, or they try to, make you feel bad about doing something that they can't. And it's really crazy to me, man.
That's true. Like why should you feel bad that's doing some good for you, and plus you're a celebrity, right? Well, you a celebrity is like why should you be penalized for something that you're doing that's good for yourself, and not only that you do it for yourself, but once you do it for yourself, you have the power to influence others to work out. And I mean there is like I get like body shaming, and I thought when you were talking about body shaming, you were talking about guys who didn't have like good genetics, who are kind of looked down upon, like and shamed upon. But yeah, just like people, I mean, of course they're getting jealous of you. Like why else wouldn't they? And it's like this sort of it's like sort of this backwards culture where they're making fun of people for working out. It's like, you shouldn't really make fun of. It's like maybe making fun of people who are good at math, and then yeah, it's just. But not all ordinary. Okay, they'd rather work for their living. Not all ordinary people can afford.
That's true. Not everybody does, but then the people I see at the gym who work a regular job and still have good physiques, they're able to do it. Of course, like I said, like not everyone is gonna have the lifestyle we have, but that's really not an excuse because I see people in the gym every day who come in from work, like they still put in the time. You know what I mean? It's it's really there's really no excuse, man. And like Rob was saying, you can go home, you can hit the gym, you can choose to eat healthier, you can choose to not drink on the weekends. But it really is more fun to go out and party on the weekends. But it won't be the best for you. Do you know what I mean? You just have to choose. And like I said, I'm not dragging anyone, man. I don't think there's such a thing as a tunay na lalaki, dude. There's not a true man. Everyone's a man. If you like, you know what I mean? Like every man is a man. But I'm not looking down at anyone because they have a gut or anything. I'm just saying it's funny that they look down on us for
Yeah,
doing these things that we're doing.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Just people want to. Yeah, that's true. And even if it's like, yeah, that's true. People just shouldn't really look down on you for. Yeah, I guess you've experienced that a lot, and I've as like in my, I think it was in my second year of working out, or just after the first year, people started noticing like, oh wow, I'm actually quite athletic and quite good, and then people, of course, they just kind of like, ugh, look at that kid. They started calling me quote unquote try hard, and
Right?
yeah,
Because they
yeah,
don't want to try, right? They're not
exactly.
trying, so you're a try hard. It's crazy to me.
I think it's better to be a tryhard because like you're never really gonna know if you don't try at all, are you? It's like um I'm actually crazy fan about genetics and like studying sports genetics and stuff. I'm a crazy fan about it, and the best way to know your genetic potential is just to work out for 2-3 months, see how much you gain. It's like that's the truth. Like there's no easy way. You just have
And
to.
like I don't know why we look at try hard as a negative term. Do you know what I mean? Ever since when did trying become bad, bro?
I think it's because like there's a certain threat with trying hard, so they want to like in my opinion, like people who are up there, they'll say to the people just trying to get up that they're trying hard, so they'll try to make other people
But if
laugh.
you think about it, bro, everyone who said that you were a tryhard wasn't doing what you were doing. I've never
Exactly.
had someone in the gym also call me a tryhard because they know what it takes. They know that, you know what I mean? Every master was once a novice at what they were doing.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. I knew one instance where I was trying to increase the pace of how I was running because I saw two guys that were running really fast. I was like, okay, I want to aspire to be like that. Once, like in my second week, um, I had prerequisites like squats, so I didn't gain muscle that fast. But I started running faster than most kids on the track because I was just aspiring to run
Run fast because you were trying hard.
exactly.
That's the
And then
point, man.
and then these kids beside me, like I just run past and they're like, "Oh my gosh, such tryhards!" And it's like,
Yeah.
heck, I'm trying. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's literally it. We are trying hard, man. Like, why would you try to do something half-heartedly? What's the point? Ano yung point na if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it to the best of your ability.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Just do it. Yeah, do it to the best of your ability because you know you don't know because if there's a saying you always have to do the hard work before you become talented. Like
Yeah,
if you're a novice, you have to work your butt off just to know how to lift the barbell correctly before you can save your energy and all that stuff. You always have to do things to the best of your ability because if you don't, then you won't really get anywhere. Actually, it's true in working out. Have you ever heard the influencer Sean Nelawanji?
no, I'm not familiar.
He said that you can have your workout plans intelligently mapped out throughout the week with different exercises. But if you're just plain not training hard enough, you will not make any gains.
Yeah, that's the point, man. Like, I don't know why they're using it as an insult when you say try hard because that's really what you have to do if you want to excel at things. You need to try hard, right? The guys who try hard will always beat the person who's not trying hard.
That's true. Like, yeah, you're not wrong over there. Like, you need to you need to get out there and really apply yourself, because if you don't, then you're never even gonna know if you hit it or not. So yeah, it's just, yeah, people look down on this as if it's a bad thing, but it's not really. It's just they want what's best for them. They're working out for them. And
But bro, I promise you, if you ask them, like if you wake up tomorrow, you can have a six pack. Everyone would say yes. No one would say no, bro. They just don't want to put in the work talaga eh. Like that's just it. So they look down upon the people who do. Exactly, bro. Diba? Like it's not easy, but and then you see someone who's doing it and you're like, how come I can't do that, man? How come he's being able to do this? It's really a form of hate, man.
yeah, I think it's a form of just investing your time in it. Actually, I think for any teenager right now, I think the two best investments are obviously school and education, right? But also getting fit, because if you have that great foundation when you're young, you're going to live a much healthier and happier life when you're older. So joining sports and working out hard when you're young, like I think
I
that
want to add one more thing to that. It's learning how, I don't know the English term of this, but pakisama, dude. You have to learn how to be how to be a good person to interact with. You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's very important in life, bro. That's like you said, um, education, physicality, and social ability. I don't know, man. Let's just make that word. Well, let's make that the word now. Your ability to socialize with others.
Exactly. Because like at the end of the day, like our world is built around networking and who we have interactions with, and you need to have like an edge to not look threatening to other people, I guess, or
No,
not.
it's like especially as a man, bro, your network of people is very important to you because you're not going to be amazing at everything. You know what I mean? There's going to come a time where you're going to need help, and it will be how you treat others before, how people gravitate towards you. They're going to be the like you're gonna eventually down the road you're gonna need help with something in your life that someone else is good at, and it would be good that it would be good for you if you're a good person to be around, man. Like nobody wants to help an a-hole. Like, right? Like every
It's like investing your time to just be a plainly good person.
yeah, a person that other people can hang out with. Like it's not you're not a hard person to get along with.
Yeah,
Yeah. Pakisama sa Filipino trait, that means getting along with others. Yeah, dude, that's very important in life.
it's true. No man's an island, and I mean isolation's dangerous. So you need to have, I guess, having good relationships with friends or whatever. Socializing is social skills. It's very important.
Iba yung pakisama sa like pakisama is different from being a user, right? Like you don't want to like be known like oh he's just a user. He just calls me when he needs something. And that's completely different. Like I said, there will come a time where you can need you'll need someone for something, but that doesn't mean that you should only hang out with that person when you need something from them. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
the moment you need something from them should just be the icing on the cake. The cake itself should be the actual
The
relationship.
relationship that you have with them, exactly, bro. Yes.
Because yeah, that's a problem. You think that's something that a lot of young people have faced today? Like a lot of, I guess, young people, they just come to their friends when they need something, but they haven't got that closeness that they have with each other. Like, what are your opinions on that? Because I
Before, bro, that's a good question because like I always had this lone wolf mentality. I can do it on my own. Like I don't need other people. But as I got older, I really did realize that you're going to need other people in life, man. Like even if it's just someone to like, yo, bro, can you like let's hang out. I just need to blow off some steam. Even if it's just someone to vent to. Do you know what I mean? Like you really are only as deep as the circle you hang around with, man. But then at the same time, since you're a young man, bro, I'll tell you right now, you need to curate your circle, bro. You need to make sure the people around you are positive influences in your life. because you're a sum of the five people you spend the most time with, man. So if you're around people who are always just chilling, like they have no ambition in life, no goals, they don't push you to be better, they're not the type of people you want to have around, man. You know, iron sharpens iron, bro. So you want to be around people who are hungry, who have goals in life, who want to who see themselves in a place where you want to be as well, bro. It's okay to have friends for fun, like the fun time friends. That's fine. Those are many, dude. You'll find a lot of people like that. But you also want to have friends who will be like, dude, why are we going out tomorrow? Like, we have to do this, we have to do that. Like, really, you want to go to Unli K barbecue again? We just went yesterday. What happens to our diet, man? You know what I mean? You need those type of people to push you as well, bro.
That's 100% true. You're not wrong on that. You need people with good work ethics, and not only people who say they have good work ethics. You need people who show it. You need people who who basically will motivate you or basically will nag you to do something because and you also need to nag them back. It's a back and forth exchange. Like um, and I believe everyone's of course not strong. Like I remember moments where I've had to nag to my friends like, bro, come to the gym with me to work out. And there are moments where I've had friends and coaches
Nagi.
pushed my ass when I was like, oh, come on, push, push, push. Like, there is this lone wolf mentality that you can say you're strong enough to push yourself on your own, but to be truthful, you're only so strong. Sometimes when you just kind of flail, you're so exhausted. So there's sometimes to this point where your body and your bones are aching and your mentality is pushing you. And sometimes even if your mentality is pushing you, other people have to push you as well, mentally, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Exactly. Like sometimes you really burn out. It's burnout, man. And you
Yeah.
need that strength. You know, there's strength in numbers, like the Golden State Warriors logo, dude. Like we really are. Back to what we were talking about earlier, Master Chef Curry, strength in numbers. But like back to what we were saying earlier, man. It's a tribal mentality. We're supposed to be in a tribe, dude. We're
Yeah,
just lucky now that we get to choose who our tribe is. You
that's
know,
true.
and like so like now like just I guess it's like my kuya advice to you. Like I can see you have a good head on your shoulders, man. I'm not worried about that. But like I said, it's really about who you align yourself with, who you're hanging around with. You want to make sure that these are quality people, dude. You don't want to be the only one in your group with goals and aspirations, man.
Goals. Sorry, you buffered there, so I couldn't.
Oh, sorry, you don't want to be the only one in your group with goals and aspirations. You know what I mean? Like what complacency kills a lot of dreams, dude. Like if you're comfortable, like okay, I'm doing good here, I'm doing fine, this is all right. That will kill more dreams than failure will, bro. Because failure will drive you sometimes, you know. If you try something and then it doesn't work out, sometimes it will push you to try it again.
Mhm.
But like if you're comfortable with where you at, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous feeling, being comfortable.
I guess that is dangerous. You shouldn't be complacent. You should always have a goal, whether or not it's for your body, whether or not it's you want to schedule some time to record something, or whether or not you want to become a better actor. Um,
Yeah, dude, like not you're so young now. If your dreams don't scare you, you need bigger dreams, man. You're 20 years old, you're a smart kid, you're an athletic kid, you know what I mean? You already have your foot in the door in the industry. You can conquer the world, bro. Like, especially now at such a young age, bro. Like, just keep remembering this, keep that in your mind. Stay focused, stay hungry, stay dedicated, bro. There's nothing you can't achieve.
totoo. Totoo na, you're absolutely giving me the right advice, and I don't know how to appreciate you in that. And
It's nothing, man. I know you do. I know you do. It's all good, bro. If you ever need anything, man, just hit me up. I got you, bro. Is there anything you want to promote before we wrap this up? Are you doing anything?
but sure, make sure to watch the Chosen One on Pi channel. Uh, make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you enjoy the serious horror show that's coming up, and hopefully, I would also suggest that in the Kumo shop, you go buy those headlamps so that in case you want to sleep in the middle of the night with the lights on, you may do so. Um, Also, I want to thank my Rob Bombers, Rob Wanderers, Rob Wonderlads, Rob Solids, and thank you, RobXine Shortcakes and Maxim Berries, and thank you very much, Albie, for
Don't
having.
worry about it, boss.
Is it
What's your social media? Give them your social medias. Shout
my
it out.
social media is underscore Rob Blackburn, it's IG. Uh, my Kumo name is Rob Blackburn.
Follow Rob on Kumu, guys. Sa lahat ng hindi pa naka-follow kay Rob dito, just click his name right here. Do you have a streaming schedule, bro?
I do, but because of the shooting schedule, we're making alterations to it. Like,
All right.
Because Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday. Oh my goodness! I'm not allowed to release that.
All right, never mind. You're good. Tuesday when there's something coming up. Just wait for it.
Just wait for it.
Let's wait for it.
But yeah, because of my shooting days and my release days, I'm not able to do Kumo on certain days I was free on anymore. So I really have to divide it up to. So yeah. Also, I really thank you enough. It's an honor to be with Albie Casiño. Actually, I've seen
Nothing, bro. You're my brother, bro. Don't
I've
worry
seen you
about it.
On the Wings of Love, right? You and Nadine's ex-boyfriend. And then you came, no, you came, I saw the first episode, the pilot episode where actually you brought her flowers, you had a backup dancer, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, where are you? Where are you? Hindi ka narinig? Pumunta sa Amerika siya. Ay, naku, she went to America and promised siya we'd go together. What is this? I only went to apologize to her, now she's stuck without me. Well,
Do you have a Tagalog coach, bro?
Opo. May Tagalog coach, pero minsan po, nag-aaral ng Tagalog self-study. So, actually, nag-download ang mga apps dito. Actually,
You know what's the best, bro? Talk to your parents, talk to your mom in Tagalog. All the apps, the language coach, you learn it best if you're talking to people, man. Trust.
mag-apply sa nag-aaral. You apply what you learn, you apply what you're learning.
But sometimes kasi sa mga apps, sa mga ganyan, they teach you like, ang lalim ng Tagalog na tinuturo dyan eh. Like, they don't really use that anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the Tagalog, it's an ever-evolving language, bro. Like, now there's Forda. What the hell is that? Wala naman, they won't teach you Forda in your book, bro. You're
Oh my gosh. Parang Newspeak. That's a bit like Newspeak, if you know what I mean.
yeah. Si Maxine, kausapin mo si Maxine sa Tagalog. Makakatulong yan.
Actually, it's a bit like, you know, you're aware of what's Orwellian and not, right?
Sorry, you know what?
Like Newspeak. You know what Newspeak is? Like, oh, okay. Like in 1984, they have this dictionary where they cut down the English language words. So
Yeah.
if they say really good, they mean double plus good.
Double plus good. It's just basta like magagets mo yan. Iba yung Tagalog, dude. Like it forever evolves, man. That's why it's so hard to make a Tagalog dictionary. Diba? Like Forda is literally for and the, but like a Filipino way of saying it, you know? And yeah, like if in your Tagalog a book might mean aklat, but nobody says that anymore. Like no one says aklat. Diba?
Akala ko libro. No, akala-
Libro is the newer one. Yeah, like that's what libro.
Grabe.
Oy, I say aklat. Talaga ba? People still say aklat.
Opo. So, you can. I'm also wanting to invite people to the Pi Register on September 17th. Aklat. Yeah, Aklatuber, bookish YouTuber. Aklatuber. Pero
Mas malalim ang aklat. Totoo, mas malalim ang aklat. Yeah.
it's a parang ever-evolving language, pero nag-aaral ako, bagong maraming words actually. Akala ko Bisaya at Tagalog, iba pang language.
Magkaiba yun. Magkaiba pa yun, dialect pa yun. You know what's hard kasi with the Filipino language, bro? You can have if you read it, if you pronounce it different, it will mean exactly a different term. So like for example, if I say bayad na, that means it's already paid for. But if I say bayad na, that means you have to pay now. You know what I mean? But it's exactly the same. If you read it on text, it's the same. It's spelled the same, bayad na or bayad na. It's just how I enunciate the word that changes, bro. But then at the same time, you know what I mean? It's exactly the same word. It's written the exact same way, but it's a completely different meaning.
Or if you say baba,
Baba, baba. Diba? You can have a conversation with someone saying just BA. Crazy, bro.
yeah, crazy, crazy world, crazy
Crazy,
world.
crazy.
It's like,
Anyway, my brother, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm gonna have to chop this up into like 3 parts. We were talking for an hour and 45 minutes, bro. I didn't
yeah,
even realize. I had such a good conversation. Thank you, bro. I'll have you back on for sure. We have a lot more to talk about. This isn't the end. You know what I mean? We just had a little warm up. Talking to you now made me realize that I gotta have you on again. We'll do another. We'll do a lot more next time. Okay?
for sure. All
Thank
right,
you, my
man.
brother. Good luck on everything. Remember what I said, bro. Dream big, dream hard, bro. You can take over the world. I'm telling you this for real, man.
Salamat. All right. Thank you very much for having me. I'm very honored, and yeah, thank you so much. It means a lot. That like as soon as you DM me, I was like, "You want me on the your podcast?" I was like, "Damn, what the heck? No way! This guy, Albie wants me on." Oh, like, of course, without a doubt, yeah, bro.
I
But
appreciate you, my brother.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, man.
Regards again to your dad and to your sister. Take care, bro.
All
I'll
right.
see you around, man.
See you too.
Ingat.
Ingat, pare.
So, all right, guys. There you have it. Stallion Talk with Rob. For everybody asking, I'm going to have Maxine on, I think, Monday. And Alexa Ilacad on Saturday. Wala muna tayo sa Friday. But I'll be uploading some previous episodes on my YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out. Maraming salamat for everyone na tumambay dito. I hope you guys enjoyed. Grabe yung pinag-usapan namin ni Rob. Ayun, he's a very smart kid, man. Lalim ng mga topics na pinag-usapan namin kung paano siya mag-isip. It's very refreshing to see the new generation, you know, and how they think and all of that. Diba? I'm sure he'll do big things, man, just the way that he thinks na yung mga nakikita ko sa kanya. So again, thank you so much. I'll see you all on Saturday, 2 p.m. Alexa Ilacad. Ingat po kayo.